DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone. Yak, why'd you pick the band of the day today?
Yeah, it's Creedence Clearwater Revival, if I get the words out of my mouth correctly. On this day in 1968, their self-titled debut album came out.
Oh, I remember, man. I was at Tower Records at midnight.
I'm sure you were. Right there in line, right at the front.
Tower Records. Used to be the ads that ran over and over in San Diego. D-O-W Dow. Go down there and get all kinds of audio stuff. Cassette tapes. Only whatever the price was. D-O-W Dow. Live Nation bringing you the band of the day. Creedence Clearwater Revival. For all the live concerts and events in 2024, check out livenation.com. All right, the question today was all about the Utes, but you did put up question today, part 2. Jazz lock up Johnny Juzang with a 4-year deal. Is it a good move? Joe, this franchise is a joke from the top to the bottom.
And everything in between, I might add.
And the worst part is the community is going to give a billionaire tax money to restore an arena that doesn't need it. At least it doesn't need it until an owner and GM pull their head out and put an actual NBA team on the floor.
Well, if you're going to restore something, does that mean it was already there at one time?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think they're restoring anything.
They're reconfiguring.
Yeah. So get your words right and get back to me.
That's a Jim Calhoun, people. Stay with the classic quotes.
And Steve Cleveland played golf with Jim Calhoun.
Get your facts straight.
Down there at Hilton Head. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. It's just your town, your city. I'll be long gone, so I'm not worried about it. But I was surprised that they re-upped him for 4 years. I didn't think he showed enough to where they thought that he would be a rotational player 3 years from now.
I haven't seen the breakdown on how front-loaded this is or isn't. Under the theory that he shot it a little bit at the end of the year when, there's pressure on him individually because he's trying to stay in the NBA. But, those were not the biggest games. They were dumping games at the end. So put as much value as you want into that. But he shot it pretty well at the end of the season. So lock him up, and then if he is something, because everybody's looking for shooters, you got him, especially if you front-load it. They are like $15 million, round numbers, but $15 million below the salary floor. They've got to spend the money on somebody. So if they gave him $12 million and they front-loaded it a little bit, what do you got to lose? Seems like a pretty safe gamble for a guy who shot 41% from 3 last year. With the salary cap.
Well, what are you looking to accomplish, though?
Hopefully you find a shooter and you have him really inexpensively and you have him tied up for 4 years.
Okay, you can hope all you want.
Role guy, but it's like you're looking for guy 1 and 2, and he's guy day 9, 10, 11 or something.
And that surprised me. They would lock up a guy who's 9, 10, 11 for 4 years. Yeah. I would think those guys would be interchangeable. And why make a commitment to somebody?
Well, if he can sustain 41% shooting, then they figure he isn't interchangeable. Everybody wants those guys. But you're right. If he drops back to 37%,
so he's going to be a rotational player in your mind. Because if he can sustain 41% and he's not a rotational player, who cares?
Yeah. My guess is, they're just betting $2 million he will be, and $2 million with the new TV money coming in, they don't care. They're like, it's worth the gamble.
They don't care about money either way.
They do. You got to budget all of this.
But this is peanuts.
It is, and that's the reason to lock him up, because it's peanuts.
I don't think, no.
But to your point,
I lock him up if I think he's going to be a player 3-4 years from now. I don't think that he will be. I don't know that he will be. My guess would be no.
Brandon, that was the big Danny Ainge free agency plan. I'm starting to lose faith.
No,
and of course
Drew Eubanks was the big free agent.
Loose faith.
This is just retaining one of your own guys.
Hector, yes, 2 exclamation points. You need guys like this, and then build it up, hopefully.
Don't they have enough guys like this? Haven't they already cornered the market on that?
They don't have enough guys who can shoot 40%, if he can sustain it. Scott, doesn't move the needle for me.
You just look at a stat and it becomes such a big deal to you. At what level has he proven that he can shoot 40% in games that matter?
That's where I started this. He didn't shoot it in games that matter.
Then why bring it up?
Because they haven't played games that matter. They have to evaluate guys on the games they played. They haven't played games that mattered in 3 years now.
I disagree. I mean, the first half of the season, when the place is going nuts, to them, those games mattered.
Okay, well, to that point, the games mattered to Johnny Juzang. He was feeling pressure to stay in the NBA. You don't get to be on two-way contracts forever. He did it twice. Time to fish or cut bait. So he did enough to get the 4-year deal. So there was pressure on him individually to extend his NBA career.
Yeah, I don't see it.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone, and it is time to begin in an open championship week to qualify people for our UNA Golf Major Giveaway. Be caller 12 right now at 801-575-ZONE, and you'll be assigned a golfer in this week's Open Championship at Royal Troon. If your golfer wins, you'll be rewarded by our friends at UNA Golf, who've been serving Utah golfers since 1971. DJ and PK, do it right now. Caller 12, 801-575-ZONE. 801-575-ZONE. We will get our first qualifier. Steve Cleveland joins us next. BYU has got a lot of talent from all over the globe. Now, quickly melded into a cohesive team. That's next. Stay with us.